Welcome to Agenda Edina, a program summarizing the actions taken at City Hall that affect you most. I'm your host, Dorothea Marty. This fall, Edina voters will decide whether to use collections from the city's 0.5% sales tax to invest $31.7 million to expand Braemar Arena and complete other major improvements there. If the referendum is approved, the South Rink at Braemar Arena would be demolished to allow the building of 2 new ice rinks, resulting in a total of 4 indoor rinks and 1 outdoor seasonal rink at the arena. Other major upgrades include the construction of a safer drop-off and pickup area and a new and larger lobby and additional parking.
Much like a lot of our other facets in the park and recreation system, capacity is a serious issue. Whether it be fields or pickleball courts, we are seeing a demand for recreational pursuits, and the indoor ice skating at Braemar Arena is a dramatic one. It was a huge important piece of the Braemar Park Master Plan, where we see over 500,000 visitors per year to the arena from over 158 counties and 12 states, including an additional country of Canada, that come to visit Braemar Arena. So the expansion would help youth in the community, it would help adults in the community, and it would help just the skating community at large.
The Braemar Arena expansion is the second part of a comprehensive $71 million plan to invest in Braemar Park and Arena and Fred Richards Park. In November 2022, Edina voters approved a Phase 1 of the plan, a local 0.5% sales tax to finance $39.3 million in improvement projects at Fred Richards and Braemar Parks. The investments include new trails, additional courts for pickleball and basketball, new playgrounds, nature preservation, and critical infrastructure repairs and upgrades at Braemar Arena. City leaders said if voters approved Phase 1, they would move to complete the investment plan by pursuing the expansion of Braemar Arena. This past spring, the city received legislative approval to allow Edina residents to decide whether to use the same 0.5% sales tax to fund the Braemar Arena expansion plan. The expansion plan would not change the current sales tax rate or extend the tax beyond its 19-year authorization. Approval would also not affect the funding previously approved for Braemar and Fred Richards. One of the largest road construction projects to break ground in Edina will be partially open to traffic later this month. The work at Blake Road and Interlachen Boulevard comes with detours for now, but will ultimately improve safety for pedestrians and cyclists. Edina TV shows us what is being accomplished.
Before construction began at the intersection of Interlachen Boulevard and Blake Road, getting through this area was a daily challenge for drivers.
South of the land bridge, over along Interlachen Boulevard near that crane, cars would be backing up there in the PM and the AM peak hours well past that crane and just couldn't get onto Interlachen Boulevard.
And traffic wasn't the only concern.
Every time we visited this section of road before the project, there was people walking in the street, mixing with vehicles, or there were people biking in the street with no dedicated space.
The $12 million Blake Road reconstruction project is addressing all of this, starting with a roundabout.
So the roundabout's gonna slow traffic, help with that traffic queuing.
And for pedestrians, a wide sidewalk is taking shape.
But it also has very unique infrastructure being installed with the roundabouts, the cantilevered sidewalks over the sheet piling so we don't impact Mirror Lake.
Mature trees are also avoiding the impact from this project. Further north on Blake Road, sidewalks sit next to the road instead of a boulevard.
And what we did is we narrowed the travel lanes of the vehicles to slow them down, and then we added big wide bike lanes on each side in concrete.
All of this work amounts to one of the largest road construction projects ever done in the city, and it's nearing completion. But until then, traveling through this busy construction zone should be avoided.
We don't want anybody to get hurt, so we're just asking people to be patient. When it's done, it's going to be great, and you're going to be able to travel through there in any mode you want, but don't do it now until the project is officially open.
I'm Dan Carpenter for Edina TV.
Blake Road and Interlachen Boulevard from Hopkins to the Grandview District will be open to traffic later this month, and the entire project area will be open to traffic by early November. To see the latest updates on the Blake Road reconstruction project, visit bettertogetheredina.org. The Planning Commission is asking residents whether granny flats, guest houses, and in-law suites should be allowed in Edina, also known by these names accessory dwelling units, or ADUs, are self-contained residential units with its own living room, kitchen, and bathroom on the same parcel of land as a single-family house. ADUs have been identified in some of the city's guiding documents as a potential tool to further housing and sustainability goals. The Planning Commission has been studying the issue for more than a year and has recommended the city pursue an ordinance that would allow them in Edina.
We're talking about it now because, we just saw that quality of life survey where 63% or so of residents want some kind of ADU type housing option in the city. And we certainly want to meet that. There might be some residents who have or would need semi-independent living, and those residents who might have children or family members with special needs. And I think having that ADU option is a great housing option for those individuals.
At least 24 other Twin Cities metro area communities allow ADUs, including Bloomington, Hopkins, Minneapolis, Minnetonka, and St. Louis Park. A survey is underway now at bettertogetheredina.org, asking residents how they feel about ADUs and how they should be regulated if allowed in Edina. The Planning Commission and staff will use the feedback from the survey to discuss what a possible ordinance should look like. Preliminary discussions by the Planning Commission are expected in September or October. Residents should complete the survey before Tuesday, September 5th. One of the city's most anticipated events of the late summer is just around the corner. Centennial Lakes Park will host Lighthouse Night and the Torchlight concert Sunday, August 13th. Visitors to the annual Lighthouse Night can enjoy 25-cent ice cream cones, 5-cent balloons, and view Model T Fords. Entertainment includes a sleight-of-hand magician, Italian organ grinder, mechanical man, and penny farthings, those late 19th century bicycles with the giant front wheel. Members of the Edina Model Yacht Club will run their remote-controlled boats on the park's water throughout the evening. Festivities get underway at 6:30 p.m. Fife and Drums performs at 7:45 p.m., leading up to the first John Philip Sousa Memorial Band's free concert starting at 8:30 p.m. A short fireworks display will cap off the festivities. Thank you for watching this episode of Agenda Edina. I'm your host, Dorothea Marty.